Maybe something like this?
Pudding, my sweet!
What is up, everyone? Welcome back. My name is Ashura, and today I have just what is possibly my new favorite leader. That's right, Charlotte Pudding. She is a purple yellow leader for life, 5k, and naturally she has the Big Mom Pirates tag. Let's see what she does. When attacking, you may turn the top 2 life cards of your life face up, and in return we can add up to 1 Dawn card from our Dawn deck as rested. So we got that purple already built into the leader type there. We're going to be ramping, and we're going to be doing yellow life gain shenanigans, because with that Big Mom Pirate tag comes the use of 10 cost Big Mom. So naturally we're going to be running that as a 4 of, and we got even in 08 another Big Mom 9 cost. So I'm going to be showing you guys some of the new cards. Naturally we're running a Big Mom Pirate build out of this. So here's the list. So the first thing you guys might have noticed in this deck list is that we have 12 viable searchers between 1 cost Pudding, 3 cost Sparrow, and the new OP08 1 cost event search. We're going to claim the One Piece. So this searches both the Big Mom Pirates as well as Animal Kingdom Pirates. And it's got a wonderful trigger of activate this card's main effect. So no matter what, if it's coming from life or our hand, we're going to use it and we're going to get a card out of it. Having 12 searchers makes this deck insanely consistent, as well as having great offense, considering 4 of these searchers are actually a great offensive measure in Sparrow, where we can take it directly from life, put it on the field, and then start swinging with it. Oftentimes our opponents don't want to kill it and swing into it because we're going to get a search off, and they're very scared of us finding our 10 cost and 9 cost Big Moms. And speaking of 9 cost Big Mom, let's show her off. It is the big, the bad, and the ugly. It is 9 cost Charlotte Linlin, the newest top end boss monster for purple. She has got an on play of Dawn -1 and trash 1 card from your hand, so that way you can add up to 1 card from the top of your deck to the top of your life. Then you place up to 1 of your opponent's characters with a cost of 6 or less to the top or bottom of their owner's life face up. So 9 cost Linlin is actually a combination partially of 10 cost Linlin as well as 8 cost Katakuri. So she is going to gain you that life no matter what the board state is, no matter what it's looking like. And she is also going to help you remove something from your opponent's board as long as it is 6 cost or less, and put that into their life. So big combo there. This lets you take Katakuri out of the deck for sure, and this is going to gain you life, let you be able to extend the game so you can continue dropping and chaining these 9 cost Big Mom drops as well as the 10 cost Big Mom drops, which, let me tell you, chaining these back and forth is absolutely backbreaking. Your opponent's not going to be able to survive through this. But enough of that, let me show off some of the other cards here that we got in OP08 that really make this deck tick. First, you already know he couldn't leave the deck in some form or another. We have 6 cost Katakuri. So on play, you may flip the top card of your life face down, add up to 1 Dawn card from your Dawn deck, and set it as active. This card does so much work in the deck. So with Charlotte Pudding's ability, we are ramping up to this card, so that way we can then ramp again and even get a free Dawn for that turn to attach to Pudding and swing. A great turn 1 through 3 for Pudding here is turn 1, 1 cost Pudding search. Turn 2, drop a 3 cost Sparrow, swing with Pudding, activate Pudding's ability, and ramp for 1. So then next turn, on turn 3, you're going to be at 6 Dawn. You're going to drop Charlotte Katakuri, you're going to get that Dawn active, throw it on Pudding, you're going to have a 5 cost swing with Sparrow, and you're also going to swing 6 with Charlotte Pudding. That's a great turn, because now your opponent is either going to waste an attack swinging into Charlotte Sparrow, where you're either going to let it go for searching reasons where you can find 10 drop Big Mom, or honestly, if you already have 10 drop Big Mom in hand, you might save Sparrow so that we can keep board advantage. That way, next turn when you're at 8, you can keep dropping stuff. After that, you're going to then drop Big Mom, and it is going to be game over once you start dropping and chaining Big Moms. And honestly, having a 7k attacker on board to help pressure that transition game where you can either control their board, where you give yourself space to drop 10 drop Big Moms, or just honestly attack their life. That way, when you start dropping the 10 cost or the 9 cost to help sustain yourself and keep yourself alive, there's no doubt whether or not you're going to make it, because you have that life support. You have the board control already. You have that board established where now you've got a full board with 12Ks on top of, 7Ks and whatnot. And you're still at 3 life. They're at 0 life or 1 life, barely surviving with the board. They don't have much of a hand. And if they do have a hand, well, it doesn't really matter because it's going to get depleted through attacks. So here we've got 4 cost Charlotte Brûlée. This is the newest iteration of Brûlée here. So let's say your opponent forced you to go second and you are on the second turn, so 4 Dawn. Well, your play here honestly is then going to be swing pudding. You're going to ramp. You're now going to play Brûlée out on your opponent's turn. They'll likely swing into you. You can use Brûlée to go ahead and ramp again. That way on your next turn, you just went from 4 Dawn to 8 Dawn. That's pretty incredible, honestly. So after that, you then can play tempo plays through Kukunojo. You can play Charlotte Katakuri to then even ramp another active Dawn, get more attack power that turn, and really keep pressuring the board or your opponent's life. Last but certainly not least, as far as new cards in the deck go, we have Hockey Ocean Sovereignty. For 6 Dawn, you can Dawn -2, and you can KO up to 2 of your opponent's cost 6 or lower characters. That's pretty good for this deck if you're having trouble where you need to close out a game, get rid of some blockers. This is really how you're gonna get there. And if you're facing a deck that, let's just say, is going wide very quickly and you need to be able to control the board, go ahead and use this to slow them down a bit. You might be Dawn -2 here, but I promise you, with all the ramp you're going to be doing here, it's not going to slow you down all that much. In hindsight, it's going to be great for you to just be able to clear their board while maintaining your own board. So one card here that actually isn't a Big Mom Pirate card that managed to sneak its way into the deck is the 6 cost 7K Edward Newgate from the Starter 13 deck. So on play, you're going to add the top card of your deck to the top of your life cards. Then you're going to look at all of your life cards, put one of them on the top of your deck, and then put them back in any order that you like. So what this does is that, let's say you already got an activation of Putting Off, but there are still 2 cards at the top of your life because your opponent doesn't want you to ramp again. Well, you're going to play Newgate and you're going to put those cards to the bottom, so that way when you attack this turn, you can now flip the other 2 and now you can ramp again. So the downside here is that your opponent's going to be able to see your life, but let's say they haven't attacked into you because you have some pesky triggers there that they are really trying to avoid for the meantime. Well, now you can rearrange those, and let's say one of them was a beige and they didn't want to quite activate it yet. Cool, now you put that to the bottom, and if you have some pair of sparrows or anything, you're throwing those to the top. This card is actually pretty backbreaking if you have some good triggers in there. Likewise, if you're really just trying to ramp up to the big drop for Big Mom, then, well, here he is. He lets you get there, and not to mention he has counter, and he's a 7K attacker. So he is a pretty good beat stick himself. He's pretty threatening even on defense, where if he's rested, they're gonna have to probably don something up or use a bigger attacker to attack into him, in which case you can then counter. So he's a pretty good card overall. I will say you're not gonna play him every game, but the games you do play him, you're gonna be thankful that you did. So as we all expected it, this is a pretty typical deck list for just a purple yellow Big Mom Pirates build. So I mean, it's doing exactly what we all thought it was going to do. We're just ramping up for a 9 cost and a 10 cost Big Mom. The 9 cost Big Mom is new, and I'm very thankful to have it. But, I mean, this is not anything different than what we thought we were going to be building. But, honestly, this deck list is a lot of fun to play. When you guys see my games later after this, you guys will take notice, though, that I am running the 10 cost Kaido and Linlin card. After those games where I tested it extensively, I did decide to cut it for the Kikonojos that you see on the list now. After this testing, the Kikonojos are just a lot more consistent, both having trigger as well as just not taking up my whole turn. And it is another on KO card where, in my opinion, it's almost like an immortal card for your opponent because they're put in a catch-22. Either with Parasparrow or Kikunojo, if they kill it, a negative effect can occur for them where we either get a life or we can search a card, or, you know, they leave it on board and we are constantly slapping them with a 5K and a 6K. So I think either way we're winning. This card is pretty great to just throw in this list. It's not searchable, which is a shame, but whenever you find it in life, I do love it, and it's pretty great to play from hand too. So enjoy the list and enjoy the games. Let's get it. We'll go first. So we're getting a, oh, look at this. We'll keep it. We're getting a redo at this. Solid redo. Grab the 9 cost. I'm starting to see the pattern here in the deck. We'll swing. We'll use the card activation. Alright, 2 good top ones. Oh, Stussy. Please make your acquaintance. We'll pass. 5, yep. We're gonna resolve that. Use the trigger. Well, oh man. This hurts, but we'll drop a 2K. Get a Perspiro out. What is the 4-drop, dude? What is your 4-drop? Lucci. Yep. We'll get a Searcher. Grab a Perspiro. Sweet. Alright. So, we're just gonna keep moving here. 5. Right. Took a life. Pretty solid. Let's throw that down. Use our card activation. Why not? Get a new gate and the event at the top. He took another life. I don't think so. Ooh, perfect. So, I think in this opportunity we draw the 10 cost Mom. Okay. Trash top 2 cards to your deck. Okay, yeah. Got rid of the category. Tough one. Let's see here. Throwing 2 at me. I think we're actually gonna give you a 2K. I'd like to keep my health, myself healthy, and then start dropping these. Makes it even more difficult for them. That way I don't have to balance my life as much. Swing 5, because why not? Give me a 1K, dude. Yep. There it is. And we'll drop 10 Mom. Ooh, that's rough. Another Lucci into trash, brother. Okay, 5. Honestly, I'll throw away 1 just to keep myself even more healthy. He's working for it. He doesn't have the Stussy, because he would just do that. He worked for it. I'll give him that. He definitely worked for it. Alright. I'll actually counter out of this, just because it ends up being too perfect otherwise. We'll go ahead and drop 6 there. Yep, we got rid of a 2K. Throw 1 down. Throw a card. I'll gain a life. Go to 5. And we're actually not going to do anything with your people. I'm not going to give you a life. That way, if this Linlin lives to the next turn, I've not created more problems for myself. And honestly, if she didn't, that's even an even bigger problem for myself. So, we'll take this. Not like we got much of a choice in the matter. Alright. Played a 2K from hand. That's cool. Khalifa. What's the move here? Okay. Solid. He doesn't have anything. That's fine. I'll take that. I can give that up. Solid. Okay. I'll swing 6 at him. See what he does. 9 cost Linlin. Oof. Okay. No, that's fine. We'll swing at him. And then we'll deploy this Big Mom. Oh. 1 down there. We'll get rid of that. Gain a life. And like last time, I'm not going to put anything up. Because if he manages to get rid of my stuff, it is just a problem when I need to get rid of that life. Especially if he starts throwing up blockers, which are annoying. No worries. Take that hit. Ooh, look at that. Use that trigger. We'll search. Wish I could grab that, but cannot, unfortunate. We'll grab the pudding. Keep going. I'll take that. Use that trigger. Definitely can't do that. Wish I could grab that. Can't grab that. Can only grab the category, so we'll grab that. I was hoping for a 2K out of that deal, but no worries. Is he swinging with his blocker first? That is like the last thing I'd swing with. I'll get rid of that. He should just know what's in my hand now. That's the unfortunate part here. Rough one. So if I don't take this, it'll be 8 on that. Drop our whole hand. So that way we can get out of that attack. Now he needs rush. Okay, so he's gonna try and pop one of these with what he's got left. Either he planned for this or he's kind of just going for it because he needs to. What is going on here? I'll take it. You're kidding me, guys. Look at that. Beige in the last life. What do we beige? What do we beige? What's going on here? That's okay. I mean, we won. I'm okay with it, but just how funny that works.